All right. Good morning and welcome, everybody. This live is brought to you today by 12 Weeks to Wellness, your natural health and wellness coaching provider for over 20 years now. My name is Emma Carpenter, and I am your host today. Today, I have the great pleasure of welcoming Jamie Bowling from our platform partner, Core Health, as my guest. Jamie holds a current position with Core Health as the enterprise sales executive, and she brings with her years of experience in corporate wellness, designing wellness strategies, implementing wellness programs, and fully leading and running wellness programs for companies from platform design to on-site programs. Welcome, Jamie.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming. So tech is definitely changing the way that we approach employee wellness today and has been for some time. It's moving fast. So today we're exploring the current landscape of wellness technology and where it's headed. And so we've had the pleasure of hosting our programs on the Core Health platform for over 10 years now. And in addition to, the state-of-the-art security and privacy standards that you always uphold, we just love the flexibility and the dynamic features of the platform. So, Jamie, why don't we jump right in? And with your extensive experience designing wellness programs and now being part of the Core Health team, what are some of the most exciting technology innovations that you've seen that are making a real impact in the workplace today?
I think, obviously since COVID, I think it has kind of really put technology and wellness is a lot more integrated these days. And so since then, it had really ramped up where we are with technology in the wellness space. And I think, it gives where we've really seen it take off is integration, data, and how we can use that with um, how we're integrating our ecosystems, how we're bringing in things like yourself, like coaching platforms and EAPs, and having the ability to pull all the integration pieces together and then creating data to really be able to see utilization. We're able to see engagement. We're able to see, really see into how to create, wellness strategies and be able to give that feedback that we need to make strategic decisions. We also see a
Mhm.
lot of scalability. Technology allows us to have that scalability for company sizes that are 50 to 50,000 employees. So having that scalability, technology has allowed us to really embed ourselves, with smaller companies and larger companies, and go from the paper assessments to be able to have those health assessments now digitally, be able to have coaching digitally. So, after COVID, I think a lot of people were scared because you didn't have on-site coaching anymore, you didn't have on-site fitness. And it forced us to push everything to that technology space. And I think a lot of people, like you said, security, data, privacy, things like that. And we take a lot of pride at Core Health in making sure that we, uphold those security features to allow for that, to be safe.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, you and I have both been in the industry for a long time, and I'm sure, like me, you started out running challenges with, paper templates where
Yes,
people were putting in
yes,
their points, and then we had to
yes,
all, upload them, and the data management was quite cumbersome. We've come a long way since then, haven't we?
yes.
So one of the things, of course, we see the data in that, getting people to join challenges and join platforms and engage. We see really good numbers, but then many organizations still struggle with engagement when it comes to wellness programs, right? How do we get them to actually stick with it and keep them engaged? So, how can technology help leaders and managers to create wellness initiatives that the employees actually want to participate in and stay engaged in?
Yeah, well, I think it starts with aligning your strategy with your desired outcomes. So, having the ability to, make sure that those align well. So, do we want culture, education, and awareness? Do we want to drive people to outcome-based programs? And so I think sometimes the goal is one thing, but we're getting another because those aren't aligned. So I think you have to start with making sure that alignment is done very well. So, a company that would hire you is wanting to see outcomes. They're wanting to move the needle. And so I think your strategy has to be built on what is the outcome that you're wanting to achieve by that. And so, by doing that, having a wellness platform, it meets people where they are. Having the technology and the tools. Now that we have remote workers, people were scared because no longer were people going to be on site to be able to meet with the health coach. They're no longer, and guess what? Technology bridged that gap. Now you have the ability to meet, not have to drive to get to where you go. You have the ability now to engage with people in their safe space at the time that works best for them. So that helps to really drive engagement is meeting people where they are. So you now don't have to, you can see four people in an hour compared to maybe only two before, just because of that, that difference we had in time. I also think that gamification, having the ability to have, that gamification, getting people to, let's say you run a step challenge and I'm not participating because it's 5 degrees outside. I can't go for a walk, but my coworker down in Florida is, goes on the beach in the morning and night, but I swim because I can go to this fitness center, but I can't participate in the step challenge because it doesn't allow me to, I don't get steps. I don't have a tracker on me while I'm swimming, like my coworker does in Florida. But, with the wellness platform and technology, now we can connect and you can enter, we have movement where you can go on there and add in the number of minutes I swim and it converts it to steps. And so I think with technology, it has increases that engagement because it opens the door to allow people to do things that they not normally would be able to do through just a tracker program or having to drive to go see a health coach. We've bridged the gap for a lot of areas to create and allow for people to have more engagement.
And I love that comment around making sure that it's in alignment with your values and your overall strategy. It's so common that we see too that it ends up we work in silos, right? The wellness in one silo, EAP in another, and we end up not really making the best out, getting the best value of investment out of that. So often do we see this it becomes this wellness washing, right? Where we think we're doing the right thing, but it's not connected to the other things that we're doing, and so it becomes almost a slap in the face for employees as well because they don't seem that we don't seem to be addressing the real issues and concerns in a comprehensive way, right?
Yeah. Are we
So
tracking the right key metrics? I mean, being able to now have that integration and be able to track the proper metrics for what we're wanting to see. Um, so yeah, I think, that integration piece is a huge component to where things
mhm,
are today. Yes.
yeah. And I think looking forward, we know that organizations are going to start looking for, and we know the most important things around wellness and technology going forward is going to be personalization. It's going to be more of a holistic view. And so, looking ahead, how do you see that technology is going to evolve over the next 5 to 10 years? And what should organizations start preparing for now to make sure that we stay ahead and can really have a comprehensive approach to this?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're definitely going to see more with AI. I think everything from AI with helping, we don't want AI to take over the coaching. We want AI to help the coaches. So, can you take a health assessment and can you, pull the data together to be able to provide a health coach a little bit more kind of the background stuff and give, um, create tasks, create things that help the coaching, the process, or even like some of our Google and Android and Apple, they're starting to get their technology is even moving to be more proactive versus reactive. So, do you see trends of people not getting the same amount of movement? It's going to kind of nudge them to, make sure that they're doing the right thing. So I think you're going to start to see that more proactive approach. AI is going to be more prominent in helping people to create that personalized, that wellness approach, given, be able to refer, whether it's a coach or it's a personal trainer or it's a dietitian. It could be the partner. I don't want it to, it's not going to replace that human touch, but it's going to help be a partner to them. And then from our side, as a technology provider, we have to really stay up on top of, security and data privacy and those kind of things. So as the AI increases, we have to do more of our job to make sure that, those type of things are compliant. So.
Yeah. Well, it's an exciting time for sure, and it's important to stay on top of these things. We just talked before we got on here how AI and autocorrect everything starts
Yeah.
to hallucinate and make things up. You changed your last name in your bio,
Yes.
so we definitely got to stay on top of this and a hybrid approach where we can really take advantage of AI and do things that otherwise is too time consuming, and still adding that human touch certainly seems to be the way to go. Um, so any last words, Jamie, from you for about where we think that this is going to go and things to keep in mind?
I would say don't let it scare you, embrace it, and let the people that are in the business that in sessions like this is to kind of keep you up to date on what's going on. But I say, embrace technology instead of being fearful of it, because uh, you know everybody has a mobile phone. So a lot of people, no matter if you're in the blue collar industry or white collar industry, whether you've got people behind a desktop or not behind a desktop, health happens at home. So, the resource of someone having a mobile phone and being able to have mobile apps and, mobile app that connects to their coaches, and a mobile app that has a health assessment, and a mobile app that gives you health content and micro learning options, that kind of stuff, embrace it, because we all sit in our couch, with our mobile phone in hand. So when you have those additional tools, it can only help us because everybody wants to try to live a better life. So, again, meet them where they are. Health happens at home. So yeah, I think you have to embrace it.
Yeah. I mean, we even I can include this as well. We've written a few blogs around this, and I'll include them in when I send out the recording as well. But I wrote a blog a little while ago about bringing green into the workspaces, right? Because ideally, when we design workplaces, right, we would like to have access to green spaces outdoors, but that's not always possible. And so now there's even coming AI experiences, right? Where you can go into a virtual reality room where you can experience that same effect. And there's studies that show that you get similar effects of being in that green space, even in a virtual space versus outside. So there's some really, really exciting things coming. And I know that we're definitely in the process of adding new features and upgrading our user experience as well. So anyone that's interested in talking more about what we can do to sort of upgrade your technology and working together, then please reach out. We're happy to chat anytime, and definitely check out Jamie on her LinkedIn as well, and Core Health. They do an amazing job in upholding the standards in terms of wellness platforms. And yeah, and I'll share out a few blogs for sure that relate to this. And any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat, and we'll stay for a couple minutes. And otherwise, thank you all for coming. And thank you, most of all, Jamie, for joining me here today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
All right. Let's see if there's any